Hello everyone. Things look a little different on this table today. The light is a little funky. We have some weird shadows playing with the winter sun, but I thought it was kind of cool and I just wanted to film anyway. There's a little bit of duality here, which is kind of funny. I moved those both to the side, but it's kind of funny. There's almost like a dark and a light. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes for your readings, see how that goes for your cards. But I just thought this might be kind of fun. Instead of doing a full December reading where there's like 3 or 4 piles, we're just going to do a this or that, and make sure you're subscribed because we're going to be doing many more readings hopefully this month, but they will be timeless. So whenever you're seeing these readings, I just felt like people might need to see these during another time. So even if they're filmed during December, whenever you are seeing this, if you are feeling like it resonates, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're feeling like it resonates, then it definitely is for you. So there'll be many messages here, so make sure that you are subscribed. And what's cool about today is we actually have some Italian tarot cards to start things off. And these actually came from Florence, Italy. My friend Hannah, shout out to Hannah, she sent these to me. And I wish you could even see like how beautiful the texture is. I'm gonna do a full-on tour of these, so definitely stay subscribed if you would like to see these in detail. I'm not going to show them all to you right now. Some of them are a little risque for YouTube, but I'll make sure that there's a warning on that one. I did pick 2 out here, so we'll see if one of these is calling to you. And if neither of these are calling to you or you're not resonating with the message, then we'll be doing more with these throughout the month of December, as well as doing just like a whole deck tour, because these are so beautiful because they are handmade from Italy. Very cool. So what we are going to do today is we are going to do a this or that. So if you want to take a moment and kind of look at these 2 cards, see if one of them is perhaps kind of calling out to you, maybe the light or the dark, or maybe just when they were both slid over here, one was kind of calling to you a little bit. So take a moment, and if you are thinking of this card, then this reading is for you. And if you are thinking of this card, then the link is in the description. It is already out. All right, for this group, welcome back. Let's see what is in store for you. So on your Italian tarot card, we have number 3. And in this deck that I showed you, this is just the major arcana, which I'll show in my tour of all of these. But this is number 3. And this was a very, very beautiful card. And this one kind of is interesting because it kind of combines a few different pieces of imagery, but essentially I think the meaning of this card didn't come with a guidebook, but I'm assuming that this is basically the Empress. So what I'm getting for you for this group is that you have quite a bit of power and intuition and good things are coming your way. And let's get kind of some more information on this. Let's see. For the other group, I used some different decks first, but I'm sensing we need a little bit more tarot to clarify and see kind of what's going on and what message you need. And by the way, if you were torn between this one and the other one, the other recording is already up, so feel free to watch it. I'll link it in the description as well. That was pretty interesting. Let's see what is in store for this group. What message, there we go. What message do you need to hear? I feel like there's a couple cards that you need right now. Okay, so you're kind of working on something right now, kind of working to kind of get yourself, interesting. So we have the 4 and the 5 of Wands, and these were shuffled pretty good too. What's interesting, we also have 3, 4, 5 numerically, so this is quite a good sign that you are well on your way through some kind of journey. And what I'm sensing is you're kind of, let's see, this one wants to come out too. Okay, so you've kind of been wrestling with something. This feels like almost an emotional roller coaster, because with the 4 of Wands, it seems like you're almost kind of feeling like you are like getting to where you need to be in life, and all of a sudden you have like another maze you have to climb through. Essentially, like you have something else that kind of comes up, but it seems like this is really interesting. It's like you're trying to trust your intuition, but I think that possibly your anxiety is getting the best of you in a certain sense, where you've been kind of dealing with this for a long time, and like the very, very, very old anxieties are coming up. But you have been really trying. This is so interesting. And the way that these, like, I never set these in a certain place on purpose. And sometimes I know some readers do like a certain pattern where they put things, but I just kind of put them where I feel that they need to go. And this one is so interesting, especially with our lighting today and the fact that I just decided to go for it, even though the lighting was a little weird. I just like this duality that we have today with like kind of the light over here and the dark over here, and this matches perfectly. I did not do this on purpose. So over here, it's like we've got the Five of Wands where like you're constantly kind of feeling like you're working through your next obstacle. And then you've got your anxieties from the past, like that are coming for you. And this almost feels like it's a couple of different things. This almost feels like it's like maybe past relationships, past experiences, and also past things at work as well. Like I feel like it's almost like you can't even get a grip on like which thing is coming back for you and like which lessons you need to learn, because it's like they're all happening at once. And then you get a little bit of reprieve and you're like, okay, I think I can do this. And you're working so hard. I can tell for this group, you have worked so hard to try and like be like, you know what, I need to work on myself. I'm nurturing my different projects. I'm nurturing all these different sides of myself. I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to let go. But what I'm sensing for you is just that maybe like this is just, you're not quite at like our last group. It was a really interesting kind of like end of cycle kind of peaceful situation. We also had creator water there, which is interesting. Oop, moving the camera. Which interesting there, but it's like you just need to be able to kind of go with the flow a little bit more. And you might be like kind of, I don't know, you might be kind of rolling your eyes at me. I almost felt like an eye roll when I said that, because you're like, I trust me, I am trying to go with the flow, but there's so much going on and like things just keep kind of coming back for you. But that's how you're going to learn and kind of get over it, is by kind of experiencing those same things and really just kind of going with the flow and continuing to nurture those things, even though you have these anxieties that are coming back for you. And what's interesting is we've got the Eight of Swords in the mirror, and it's like you're feeling so tied up in them that this almost can't grow. It's like the roots are getting tangled in the anxiety. It's almost like I want to put this down here where like the roots are getting tangled. Does that make sense? Like all these strings are kind of tangling the roots with the imagery there. We also have make a mission statement for your soul. So I think that sometimes you might feel a little bit lost. Like you're like, well, I tried this and that didn't go the way I wanted it to. But I think sometimes what's interesting, so we've got nourish, the sacred feminine, and sometimes, and this is in the dark, which is interesting, because the moon is often like a feminine trait, and the moon comes out at night. We've got the moon over here in the dark kind of section of the table. So I think what's interesting about this is that I think sometimes balance is an issue for you, which is so interesting because we do have the light and the dark side of the table. Like I said, I didn't do this on purpose. I just felt the need to film even though the light wasn't perfect. Sometimes I wait until the lighting is like completely perfect, but then there's like noise outside or whatever. But this time, I don't know, the lighting is just really working perfectly for these two readings, which is also a duality. So this is very interesting. I feel like these are meant to be if they found you. So definitely let me know in the comments below if this is resonating, because I'm so curious and I love, like I said, I love connecting with all of you. So please let me know. But anyways, feminine energy is really all about just receiving and just letting yourself be and letting things come to you. So it almost feels like you've been working too hard to kind of like create something. I feel like you need to make a mission statement for your soul and then just let it go and stop trying so hard. It's like you've been trying so hard here that it's like you're like, I'm trying, and then it like causes more of a maze for you back there. And I think like, you know, he seems very meditative here, where he's just sort of letting it go. And I think the feminine is one of the hard things, because like we have kind of been going through like a cycle of hustle culture, I guess. And I think that just kind of being able to let yourself be and let yourself sit is something that is really valuable. This one says, ambush your fear with ferocious dream. And this kind of actually, I feel like goes with kind of the feminine energy as well. And the colors are kind of similar too. So this is interesting because we've got like more of an orange and then we've got more of a blue purple over here. It's a little calming. So I think you've been having a really hard time. Like I almost feel tense. I just feel like you're tense. Like the other one felt very smooth, very peaceful. And this reading, it just feels like you are so tense. Like you are just like trying so hard to make something happen and make something of yourself. And maybe people have been questioning you and questioning what's going on with you. And I just feel like you might feel a little bit judged, like you're constantly having to navigate what other people are thinking of you and what you're thinking of yourself. And I feel like you deeply want something for yourself and you want that peace. But I think what the message I'm getting here is that your peace will come, but you don't need to worry so much about it. It's okay to have times where it feels a little bit more chaotic and you're kind of changing something up. Like you are just in a period of transition where you're learning. And I feel like I almost hear you saying like, well, I've been learning for a long time then. And what's interesting, we got, what does your soul say? So I think that you've kind of been, I don't know, there's almost something where like maybe you've discovered it recently. I feel like you're bumping up against expectations of you versus what you really want. And maybe what you want to say is like, maybe what you want isn't going to make you as much money as you want, or maybe it's not going to make other people proud of you, or I don't know. There's something going on here. We got creator fire too. So I'm almost sensing that, again, we've got water and fire. So it's yet another duality here, like another internal struggle with you. And I would actually look at your astrology. I would look at your big three, look at your sun, moon, and rising. And I honestly bet that you have like a fire and water in there. And I'm almost wondering if you don't have an earth sign, or you're not nourishing your earth sign. You're kind of thinking with your water or fire sign and like not, I feel like you just need to be a little bit more grounded. Like you're trying so hard to be grounded and like let yourself go. But I think it's just when you're not quite there, you just need to nourish the things that you want to do. Be in nature, just relax. Don't feel like you have to be busy all the time. I think that's a really big thing, because what I'm sensing from you is you feel like if you want to be successful, you have to just be trying all the time and be doing this and be doing all these activities and be setting things up. And I just don't think that that's the case. This whole make a mission statement for your soul, I think this one's really interesting because you've got like, what do you want? What does your soul say? Like, it's really like, what do you want? Dream about that. Don't get stuck in this like earthly, like, I have to make enough money and I have to do this. And yes, of course, we all need income and everything, but I think you're not allowing yourself to live otherwise and just be. It's like you have all these expectations that have been stuck with you for a while, and it's like you're climbing over your past and all these things that have been coming through to you. We also have the change card, that you understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, which is interesting because I've been telling you to not move so much, but the thing is that I think you need to move out of the space that you're in. Maybe physically, but I think just mentally, emotionally, your space feels just like chaotic. Like you feel a little bit chaotic because I think you're just trying so hard to just be all these things, and you don't have to be all of these things at once. And I'm almost sensing it's like you have been one thing all your life and you don't know, or you've had something, maybe it's a relationship all your life, or maybe it's a job or an identity as something, and you've lost it, or you're trying to get it back and you just don't know what to do without that. I'm sensing like there's something that you don't know what to do without it. But you've got the abundance card. So for this group, abundance is coming toward you and you can manifest whatever you want. In fact, I think that like some of your manifestations are getting a little bit like they're kind of crisscrossing each other, like we had in this card in the 5 of Wands over here. And your things that are happening to you that you would see as like something that's a conflict or that's stopping you is just something to say either like, do you really want this? Or like, you know, because I think you're a really good manifester, better than you know. And I think sometimes you put these limitations on yourself about this, and then you have to kind of like climb around it because it's like an almost. I'm almost sensing it's like, I felt this a few years ago where it's like a life of almosts. Like everything you try is like an almost, but you never kind of feel like it's good enough. So I think really what this reading is telling you is like, you can go for it. Like you can go for the things that you want. And even if you don't actually know what you want yet, just do the things that feel good to you. Like, nourish that feminine energy. Do what feels good without any guilt, without concern for what other people are going to think of you, without feeling like, oh, I should be spending my time being productive doing this, or trying to make more money, or, you know, trying to find my person. Like, if I don't actively go find this person, they're never going to come to me. I'm almost sensing that for some of you, it might be a relationship situation, whether you're single or you're in a relationship. I think that just having that feminine energy and being able to receive things and just kind of let go and let things kind of happen, instead of constantly trying to plan, constantly trying to maybe be going on dates. I would say, like, when you stop looking, I know everyone says this, but when you stop looking, it will happen. Do things that feel good to you. Like, if you like that certain coffee shop, go to that coffee shop. If you like to go play a certain sport, go do that. If you like to go to the library, go to the library, go to the bookstore. Just hang out in places that bring you joy, because where you go, that you enjoy these things, it's going to magnetize you. Like, if you walk into a bookstore and you love books and they bring you so much joy, this is just one example, but use it for whatever makes you feel really good. If you walk into that bookstore and you are just overjoyed with all those books, like, greet the people who say hi to you as you walk in. Hopefully there's someone nice saying hello. Just greet them. Pour so much happiness from your body. Like, picture it radiating out from you, and just say hello. Just put so much positive energy out there and get it back from your environment, and that's going to magnetize you so that you are really attracting this abundance, and it's going to be easier and less of kind of a maze for you to navigate. So I just think that I have so much hope for you for what's going to happen. And whenever you see this message, I hope it resonates, and I hope it gives you a little bit of guidance. So please let me know in the comments if this resonated. Give it a like, and please subscribe and come back for more readings. Thanks for doing our duality this or that, and I hope you have a great day. See you later.